The gospel lesson, as you'll hear it through the gospel player today, is a text that's slightly different from what's printed. So it'd be easier for you to actually just close the bulletin and enjoy the hearing of the gospel as presented by our gospel player.
Now the tax collectors and sinners were all drawing near to hear Jesus. When Pharisees and the scribes saw this, they murmured against him, saying,
"This man welcomes sinners and eats with them." Ugh.
So Jesus told them this parable. There was a man who had 2 sons. The younger of them said to his father,
"Dad, let's pretend for a minute that you died, and it's time to divide up the inheritance. I want my share right now."
This made the father very sad, and it made his older brother furious.
"Don't do it, Dad. He has no right to ask for that."
But the father calculated, saw just how much money each son should get, and he gave the younger son his share. Not many days later, the younger son gathered all he had and left home.
"Hasta luego, baby."
He journeyed into a far country, and there he squandered his property in loose living. Soon he had spent everything and was penniless. Then a great famine arose in that country, and he was starving to death. So he went and applied for a job with one of the citizens of that country, who sent him into the field to feed his pigs.
"Here, feed them some of this corn. But don't let me catch you snatching any of their food."
The younger son was so hungry he would have been glad to do just that.
Oh, I would love to eat a fresh ear of corn right now. Or better yet, a baked potato with sour cream and bacon bits.
However, no one gave him anything to eat. Finally, one day, when he was really desperate, the younger son came to his senses, and he said to himself,
On my father's farm, even the hired servants have plenty to eat, but here I am, starving to death. I'm going to pack up and go back home and say to my father, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I no longer deserve to be your son. I only ask that you hire me as one of your servants and let me work on the farm."
and that is what he did. He packed his things and traveled toward home. All the way home, he practiced the apology he was going to give to his father. But while he was still a long way down the road, his father saw him. He had compassion and ran, embraced him, and kissed him, and the son began to say,
"Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son."
But the father wouldn't even let him finish.
"Bring quickly the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand, and shoes on his feet, and bring the fatted calf, and kill it, and let us eat and make merry. For this, my son was dead, and is alive again. He was lost, and is found."
And they began to celebrate a party. Now the older son was in the field, working hard as he did every day for his father. When the elder son came home at the end of the day, he heard music and dancing. He called one of his servants and asked,
"What's going on? Who's the party for?"
"Your brother has come home, and your father has killed the fatted calf because he has received him safe and sound."
The older brother was furious at this and refused to go in. His father came out and begged him to join the party, but he answered his father,
"Look, all these years I have served you, and I never disobeyed your command, yet you never even gave me a small goat that I might throw a party with my friends. But when this son of yours came home, who has wasted your hard-earned money with partying it up, you killed for him the fatted calf. Son, you are always with me, and all that is mine is yours. However, I just had to throw a party and rejoice, because this, your brother, was dead and is alive. He was lost and is found."
That's the good news of God's infinite love.
Thank you so much to our gospel players. I'd like to invite the children who are here today to come up for just a moment. Let's sit over here. Here's a good place to sit today. Good to see you. Good to see you today. Well, that play, what would you say that play was about? You got to get that. It was about how much the Father loved his Son, but how much God loves us. That's what Jesus wanted to tell us. And I'm just wondering, who are some of the people you love the most? If you were to make a list of people you love the most, who'd that be? People that you love the most. Your friends, good. You love your friends, yeah. Who else? Who else? Your mom and dad, yeah. Your grandma and grandpa, yeah. Your sister, that's wonderful. You have friends, family. I brought a picture along. Here's a picture of the two people I love the most. You know who this picture is? It was taken a long time ago. It's my wife's out there, and it's Nick when he was 3 years old. Okay, just younger than you. If I were to make a list, these would be at the top of the list, and I would add nice families, nice friends, and so forth. Well, part of what Jesus wants to tell us is this. When God makes